And welcome to Amy Hart's Mum's Club, the podcast where I journey through the highs and lows of parenting alongside a gaggle of fabulous guests. Don't forget to check us out on social media at Amy Hart's Mum's Club on Instagram and TikTok, and my personal social medias are at Amy Hart XO on Instagram and at Amy Hart on TikTok. Now, today is a very special episode. I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and I love listening to these kinds of episodes, so I really hope you will too. Basically, I've just collated lots of Christmassy things from all of my fabulous guests I've had over the last few months. So let's get into it. I love Christmas. I've always liked Christmas, but since becoming a mum, it's just so special. I see decorating the tree as a work thing just because for so many years I've done campaigns and stuff. Obviously before I had Stanley or when he was a tiny baby. But this year I was like, right, I need to decorate the tree. I'll do it on a day where Stanley is like at childcare. And then we put it up and he was like, Mummy, I want to help decorate the tree. So we did. And it was just the best experience. I say to him, Stanley, how are we going to decorate the Christmas tree? Meaning like with baubles and stuff. And he went, with our hands? I'm like, yes, with our hands, darling. But he had such a good time. And I try and get everything done by the 1st of December, just so that I can really, really enjoy the whole of December and make things really magical. I think I said to Emily Norris when I interviewed her, like, I want to be a magic mum like she is. So, I allow the elf on the shelf to come and hang out in our house for a month. I don't mind if Santa leaves some snowy footprints in our lounge. I just want to make it as magical as possible. I just want Stanley, when he grows up and has his own kids, hopefully, to say, like, my mum made Christmas so magical. Anyway, enough about what I think about Christmas. Let's hear what some of my guests have to say about Christmas. We've got Katie Piper, Scarlett Moffatt and Mario Falcone coming up. But first of all, let's hear what Izzy Judd had to say about Christmas.
So if I'm like answering completely kind of, I suppose, directly.
Yeah.
So I have 3 kids and Christmas for a neurodivergent child is the worst thing possible on this planet because they've got to open presents and say thank you. They don't know what's inside the present. The Christmas songs are playing loudly, the Christmas lights, there's changes at home, there's changes in the school routine. So for one child, it's like trying to keep things as same as we can, but for the other children they're like so excited because it's Christmas. So I think what we tend to do now around Christmas is we've always had our kind of routine of putting up the tree, and we try and make it just not kind of what's the word, like not a big thing. So I just kind of go, oh, should we put some things?
Yeah. Who wants to help can help.
Yeah. And actually it's quite hard to let go because I like decorating the tree a certain way, but I let the kids decorate the tree. So I just hand that over rather than trying to prepare it. So I think the magic in Christmas is letting your kids have more control on how they want the Christmas tree decorated.
Oh, it's a number of things, and I don't think it's about, because there are some really expensive things now, and I think on social media you get that comparison of like, oh my god, people are going to the real Lapland, how could I ever do that? And it can make you feel bad about yourself, and I think we're losing the spirit of what Christmas is. I think the thing that you can give your children, and I've seen it in my own children, the thing that they value and remember is time. And that's hard if you work and you can't get time off from work, so it's time. And when you're with them, it's finding all those activities that actually social media can be really good for: the crafting, the stuff outdoors, the imaginary play, the make-believe stuff. I mean, we do loads of things where we go and collect like basically loads of dead leaves, and then we get little like foam sort of foundations for a wreath off Amazon, and we stick all the leaves in and make the worst wreaths ever that you just don't want on your front door, and then we give them away to like grandparents so we don't have to have them on our front door. But I try and listen to my kids throughout the year, so they'll say things they want, and I'll make a little thing in my iPhone notes section of like, right, they want these little toys or they want this, and I'll make all my stocking fillers, because you get to like November, December and you can't remember what they want to do, what they're interested in, so that list really helps. And then also, if you want to spread the cost, you can obviously start shopping, whether it's on TikTok Shop, Amazon, always looking for all those kind of online places where you can get good deals and stuff like that. But yeah, don't lose that spirit, and just remember, like, think about your own childhood. Like, definitely when I reflect, I remember the times with my family. I remember when they were there. I don't actually remember the material gifts and what they were each year.
So many things. Do you know what is a little bit of a tradition now? put wrapping paper on the door so that he has to like physically burst into the room to see if Santa's been. And I just think that is such a magical memory, not even just for Jude, but also me and Scott. And so what we do is we keep a section of that wall, that wrapping paper, and put it in his book next to his Christmas picture. So then every year is like a different one. So yeah, it's just I'm very sentimental like that. So that's like my favorite thing, watching him burst through.
So, well, since Parker's born, we've been going to Lapland, UK, but not just us. We go with both my sisters and their kids. And that's a really nice thing that we do together. I feel like that kind of starts the Christmas stuff as a family. And probably we do all this for the kids. So
yeah,
I think that's kind of the thing that I look forward to every year, is that day out.
As much as I love sitting at home watching Christmas films all day long, and I'm really lucky because even though Stanley's only like 2 3/4, he also loves sitting and watching Christmas films. His favourite at the moment is Home Alone, but I'm hoping we can branch out into some other ones instead of watching that every single day. It is fun to go out at Christmas as well. I love going to like lights festivals, have a little browse around the garden centre. I just love the music pumping, all the Christmas tunes. And people are like, it's too early, it's October. I'm like, no, it is not. It's never too early for Christmas music. I just love walking around places where there's like Christmas music, the smells of Christmas. Olivia Bowen, I spoke to her and she was saying that she loves Christmas farms. And Emily Norris was saying about how she loves to go for a Christmas light drive with her family, which Stanley also really loves. Apart from getting him in and out of the car seat, in and out of a coat, it's quite annoying, but it's still a great night.
Ever since we had Abel, I think I actually started this when we were pregnant, but there's a really cute little Christmas tree farm with little Christmas tree decoration shop right by us. And every year since Abel's been born, we've gone there and he's picked a decoration. So we'll be doing that this year, but with Sienna. So I'm just so excited to carry that on. But every time our Christmas tree has something that he's picked like tomato ketchup before though, so it's not very aesthetic.
I think if you ask my kids that, they would say, every year there's a place near us that has like incredible Christmas lights, so they get in their pajamas, we make hot chocolates at home, and then we get in the car and drive around this neighborhood. I think they do it all for charity, but it's all free and they just love it. Like every year it's like what's different and what's new there.
I do love cooking around Christmas time, and because I'm not yet old enough, I mean, I don't think it's age, I think it's your rung in the family tree. My mum still hosts Christmas and we still go to either my mother-in-law's or my husband's granddad for our other Christmas day because we alternate every year, and that's very strict because I just feel like you can't marry someone family orientated and then be like, no, sorry, but only with my family. But I love spending time with Sam's family as well. So I love splitting our Christmases. So we do Christmas Day with one family, Boxing Day with the other, and then swap the next year. Swap. But yeah, I'm not yet high enough up the family tree to cook Christmas dinner. So I love doing things like little parties with my favourite thing to cook at the moment is just a packet of pigs in blankets with a pot of cranberry sauce and like little skewers. And my friends all seem to love that. But I do love doing like the chocolate bark and the Nutella tree and then the Marmite tree as well. So I love finding recipes on Pinterest and on TikTok and Instagram. So I'm sure I've shared some on my Instagram, so go and check that out now. Even though I don't get to cook Christmas dinner, Christmas Day is such a special day. Even though we split between the two families and one is 2.5 hours away from our house, and we will always do Christmas morning at our house and do stocking presents. So me and Sam will have stayed up late the night before and like set up the room and put out a mince pie for Santa, which then we have to replace because Stanley eats it because that boy loves a mince pie. We're very lucky. Stanley wakes up at like 8:30, so we get a nice Christmas lie-in, but then it is a mad rush after that. Do presents, we do Stanley's stocking up in our bedroom and then come downstairs for main presents, and then we get ready to go. In October, I spoke to the Yorkshire Shepherdess Amanda Owen, and she told me what she does with her 9 children on Christmas morning.
I have to say, it looks pretty much the same as any other morning. Presents under the tree, Santa will have been. There'll probably be a little gift on the back of the doors for the children to open, usually something sort of like for the little ones. It could have been a toy animal or something in the stocking. And then basically we all head out and do our work. It was 3:30 when they opened the presents this year, and the sum and total...
What, in the afternoon or in the morning? Oh, I thought you meant they got up at 3:30 to open their presents and then out on the fields at 4. Okay, 3:30 in the afternoon. Okay, no, I can go with that.
Gone to bed actually, because at midnight they have to go out to the stables to see whether the horses are kneeling down. See, because they kneel down in reverence because it's a stable, so we always deck the stables out. There's something really nice about being in the stable when it's dark, you know. I mean, whether it's not, it's just a nice feeling. You tend to find that weirdly you gravitate more outside at Christmas than you do inside. And that might be owing to a load of repeats on television, or the fact that nobody can bide themselves because they're always looking out and wondering what they should be doing. But you tend to find that you will bed the animals up just that little bit more, and you will just fill those hay racks a little bit more. And I don't know, there's something that makes you want to be out there more rather than less.
Now, no one does Christmas the same. Anna Whitehouse has a family tradition of a cheese fondue, which went a little bit wrong, which we'll hear in a minute. But Christmas for me is all about the TV. I would pay my licence fee for one day alone, and that is Christmas Day. I'm obsessed with Gavin and Stacey, EastEnders, Call the Midwife. Like, I just love it. Did you watch Gavin and Stacey last year? I mean, I've watched it like 4 times now and I've cried every single time. And I was really lucky I had Larry Lamb in on the podcast. He was amazing. He gave me a kiss on the head. Literally, he's the granddad that everyone wants. I literally love him. But he has an alternative way of doing Christmas.
I do nothing. That's my favourite, my Christmas tradition. I do absolutely nothing. Oh, I do one thing. It's at a certain point during the morning, it is my job to take fresh rolls and sausages and make sausage rolls. That's it.
My mum decided the night before Christmas, from as young as I think I was 4 or 5 years old, that we would do a cheese fondue. So she gets this really cruddy old fondue set out, and we've just accepted that. I thought this is what every family did, and then we're like, yeah, it's our Christmas fondue night, and everyone's like, why are you doing fondue? What's with the fondue?
Because melted cheese is the best thing ever.
Ever, yeah. So that's it. But the fondue set, unfortunately, is so rickety. She got it for her wedding anniversary that 2 years ago, it was pretty dark. It blew up. So we were luckily in the other room. The whole kitchen, just ceramics, cheese, everything, it blew up.
And I was really sad the other day when we were decorating the tree, because Sam said, one day he's going to want to be out with his friends instead of decorating the tree with us. And I put that on Instagram because I was crying about it. And so many people messaged me saying, if you create the traditions, your kids will want to do them. So if you make it a really special day and as he gets older, have set food and drink and sort of a way that the day runs, he'll always come back for it. So I'm really hoping that is the case. That's it for my Christmas special this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for joining me all year. However you're celebrating, I hope you have the best Christmas and a very happy new year. Don't forget to stay up to date with what I am doing over Christmas. I'll be sharing it all on my Instagram and my YouTube and my TikTok. So for the podcast, again, it's at Amy Hart's Mums Club on TikTok and Instagram. My Instagram is at Amy Hart XO. My TikTok is at Amy Hart, and my YouTube is just search Amy Hart. My next episode will be on Boxing Day, so I will see you then.